Tragedy struck Mississippi this Friday. Multiple homecomings turned into nightmares as mass shootings erupted across the state of Mississippi. And in Lely, Mississippi, 6 people lost their life. 4 of the 6 people died on the scene. 2 are in critical condition. Over 2,000 shots were fired across multiple locations. Another homecoming shooting took place at South Delta High School homecoming in Rolling Fork, Mississippi. 2 folks were hit and 1 in critical condition. And the third person was a young pregnant lady. She passed away. May she rest in peace. And that's the whole story of the situation. But let me clear this up, man. This isn't the first time. Mississippi homecomings, parties, nightclubs, community events, we always seeing this same old cycle. Young people gather to celebrate and have a good time, and all of a sudden it's gunfire. Like, it always a shooting every time people in Mississippi come together, man. Last year we had shootings on colleges and universities and parades. This year, as a matter of fact, the year before, that same thing took place. And every time we say never again, we always post rest in peace. We fight. You know what I mean? We always fighting, man. That's our problem, man. We always hurting each other. But it's like we always posting rest in peace. We light candles and we print t-shirts and demand change, right? But then it happens again. So if we don't address the issues or the root cause of the problem, guess what? We're going to keep losing more and more people, man. Like innocent folks. So what is the problem? Well, let me break this down. I'm going to say it like this. First off, it's unresolved trauma. A lot of young people in the community and streets are carrying trauma and mental issues. They're never dealt with the problem, man. They never seen violence before. They seen others use guns and seen others lose their life. And when you are surrounded by guns and violence, you become a product of your own environment, man. Then all of a sudden, it's survival mode. And anytime you are exposed to violence, negativity, pain, you haven't processed it. You're walking around with it with a short fuse, man. Anything can set you off easily. A look, a mean mug, a comment, a diss, or disrespect. For the record, add alcohol and drugs to that equation. Add a jam-packed event where it should be entertainment and peace and quiet, where people can have a good time, and tensions kick off all of a sudden. You have this strong possibility of a tragic situation, and that what took place at these homecoming events, you know. But the second and main root cause is the street culture mentality, right? Realize I'm not trying to say street culture is all bad, but there's also a mentality that say disrespect equals death. And that's real. It happens every day in every city, man. That mentality, you can't let nothing slide. You know, guys think like if someone disrespects you and you don't respond with violence, you weak. That's what they think. That mentality alone is the main reason why we have so many guys unaliving guys in these small cities and big cities, man. Influence is the biggest factor in this mentality, when the whole time it's better to walk away. Be the better man. That's the best solution. That's the best way to avoid, you know, a prison sentence or death, man. But my whole conspiracy theory of these shootings and incidents were most likely street related from an ongoing beef, like the Rolling Fork shooting, for example. Word is these shooters were not even from Rolling Fork. They were from out of town, another city. You know, in Mississippi, we have incidents like this all the time where cities beef with other cities. And we be having situations where a clique of guys get into it with another group of guys, and then they shoot it out, and all of a sudden someone gets hit, and the guys that pop the shots, they pull out. Next thing you know, the guys that run with the guy who got hit, they gas up and pull up to the next city to retaliate, to get revenge. You know? And that's facts. I know this. But to be real with you, I think that what really happened with the majority of these shootings and incidents, especially the fact these small cities in Mississippi are predominant black towns, you know, I feel like guys had to get into it with some guys, you know what I mean, in Rolling Fork and also Leland. It had to been some guys from out of town, outside of them cities, that got into it with them ninjas. Somebody got beat up, or either somebody got shot in the next city over. So they wait till the homecoming game. They plot, pull up, they aim and shoot for their victim, you know, for that guy. They miss and start shooting at everybody else. But these guys don't know how to aim and shoot a freaking gun. So instead, you choose to retaliate by shooting and hitting innocent kids and innocent pregnant women and women. And that's sad. And my next thing I want to say is, are we taking accountability for our community, like with these situations? And it may seem uncomfortable, but real talk, we have to hold ourselves accountable, because we can't blame the streets. We can't blame the system, and we can't blame the guns. And yeah, all that plays a part, true enough, but we can't place the blame on what I just said and stated above. But we also have to ask ourselves, what are we doing as a people? Like, are we creating a safe space for our kids to play and celebrate? Or are we teaching conflict resolution? Are we addressing trauma before it leads to violence? Like, those are the questions we have to ask ourselves. You know, the average black person in Mississippi that's 30, 40 years old have nieces and nephews especially sons that are 14, 15, 18, 19, 20 years old, and they are in the streets. And if you are one of the guys that have a nephew, a son that's in the street, and you older, it's on you, man. It's on you. Yeah, it's on you. I said it. Yeah, that goes for every man, because every man have to understand and realize it's your responsibility to do your part as a whole. As a whole. No excuses, man. But 9 times out of 10, these shootings were because of some beef. Trust me and believe that. Trust and believe that, man. You know, we need to have a hard conversation with our young people, because they are lacking conflict resolution and understanding, because understanding is the best thing in the world. But when it's all said and done, 8 lives were lost, 16 people shot, and families destroyed. A community traumatized. All for nothing, man. And we can keep doing what we've been doing, you know. Like I said, posting rest in peace, demanding change for a week, and then moving on until it happens again. And we have a pattern of doing that all the time. Or better yet, we can actually address the root causes and educate these young ninjas, teaching them conflict resolution, and educate them on the history of what violence does in the prison system and so forth. And what I just said is the solution, man. I said a whole mouthful. But anyway, smash the like and subscribe button. I'm going to end this video. Until the next video, I'm out. Peace.